Okay, so I'm going to show you a concept that I think has been successful for me for many years using aligners. I always try to simplify the Clincheck and avoid movements, if I can, without sacrificing the quality of the case, that do not play to the strengths of aligners. Now, here is a case that is class 1 bilateral, and it really is going to play out well because you can see she's edge to edge, but she's class 1, so we're not worried about this being a skeletal situation. We simply have to unravel the upper front teeth, and as they unravel, they will become aligned and they will move forward, and we won't be in the edge-to-edge bite. Now, I don't want to talk about the little space and the initial plan that is there. We can always do IPR on the bottom and then retract a little bit more on the top. But here's what I want to show you. If you look at this, part of the reason that space was there is because the canine starts out with a bit of an excessive distal root angulation. And in this proposed Clincheck from Invisalign, they are giving me mesial root tip, which is nice if you look at it because it does tuck that into a more solid class 1. But look at the lower. The lower also is starting out with a distal root tip, and that's moving mesially. These are challenging movements for a long rooted tooth. They're not impossible, but you'd have to put an attachment on these teeth, and it would take time, and it would take, I would call it, power or energy out of the aligner. I want the aligner focusing on the teeth that really are the key to the case. And so I'm going to modify the Clincheck. Now, I haven't even done this in this particular case. I'm doing this literally live to see what the occlusion would look like and how my case would be impacted if I leave the distal root angulation. So you see the lower canine is now rotating kind of around its axis. Let's do the same for this tooth. Now, there's also some extrusion in this, but I'm going to take that away as well. Okay, so now I'm rotating it. It turns out that there actually is a little bit more space than there was, but that's okay. This occlusion to me is acceptable because look at the wear that exists on these teeth. And if having solid canine guidance is critical to you, you can always add some bonding to extend these teeth, but it's going to make it a lot easier. And if I can accomplish this, I can always go back and try to work on that. And then I'll probably add some IPR on the bottom to minimize that space. I can show you that right now. The lower teeth are set up well for IPR because of the shape of the clinical crowns and the contact point. See, I'll do 0.4 in this area because I have a lot more access after the alignment. Here I don't, so I'll do 0.2 here, 0.2 here. Now I have some overjet, and now I can make this space smaller, and still have a little bit of barrier, and I can tweak that in refinement. So the main thing was, look at how much easier the case is. Rotating those canines is hard enough, but making it a compound movement with root angulation is going to make it that much harder.